Hello, welcome to my home. My husband has been very ill. He has been in the hospital for 3 weeks, trying to figure out what is wrong with him. In the meantime, I have gotten a shipment in from reordering his supplies through the insurance. And since I'm sitting here watching like 30 haul videos from some of my favorite YouTubers, it occurred to me that there might be someone looking on YouTube that says, hey, what kind of deal is it if someone gets a tracheostomy, and what kind of stuff will I need for it? Or what kind of deal is it if someone has a feeding tube, and what do I need for it? Well, this isn't an end all. This is just what we get, what our insurance allows. This does not include anything that I get over and above what they send, which happens. So, we're talking trach. And so, the first thing that we get are suction tubes. These are really long ones, but I like them. They have different sizes and different kinds. Most of them have numbers on them, and some of them do not. I like the ones with numbers. They come in different sizes. This is because you get a lot of mucus buildup because your body is trying to clean out the foreign substance. So you get a suction machine with a suction canister, which I put over there on the bed already. I'll show that in a minute. And you get that so that you can get the mucus out when you can't cough it, or to help you cough it out. So that's the one thing. And then we also, he's mostly always, but especially occasionally, he's on oxygen. So, we have a concentrator, we have some tanks, we have some tubing. The green stuff is the non-crush stuff. I like it better than the clear stuff because, he's in a bed most of the time. I move the bed around. These things get run over. He doesn't lose any oxygen. He's got a spare trach. This is the thing that goes in your throat. And just because it's not really common knowledge, this is what it is. Some sterile packaging. Please don't open it. That is the inside. It comes out, it gets changed. He's only allowed one of these inside ones. This is the thing that you put in the trach so that it can go in there. And then the thing in the middle is the actual trach itself. That's what you see. That's where this part goes in here. But that is now his spare. And it's always important to know. Usually I put trach ties in it. Sometimes they come with them. The little package has a little like shoelace. We don't use those. So they have these nifty Velcro things. They'll hold it in there. Called a tie. I have a whole box of another kind of ties I don't like, but we gotta have what we gotta have, and we can get what we can get. I just recently discovered they have one piece. And then we've got hose connectors, so you can connect the little pieces of hose, the hoses together. Like, those are 25-foot hoses. Where we used to live, I needed 50-foot of hose because the oxygen concentrator threw off so much heat. He was getting dehydrated just because of how hot it was. So I moved into another room and I needed longer hose so it could actually get to him. And then we have another one of those. And we have a lot of those. We have those inner cannulas. And this stuff all has expiration dates. Like this one, it has an expiration date. So, always check that, even the whole thing. Because they're sterile, and sterile is only good for so long. But that's the inner. This is what they look like just in a package. He has a special one, so whenever he goes in the hospital, I gotta take him up there. And they will change them out 3 times a day. Which means the supply that we get for a whole month is done in a week and a half. And this box, I have bought one box before. The cheapest I could find, it was like $75. And that wasn't bad. And then we have more stuff. We have more of the ties. And then we have a mask that goes over it. Interestingly, I hope, this just came in yesterday, I hope that is not an expiration date. Because that is 1 year ago. So for safety purposes, I will leave it sodium bleach or peroxide. Because that's what we do. And then we've got 30 cleaning kits with vinyl gloves. There's gauze in here, there's brushes in here, there's pipe cleaners in here. Sterile, everything is sterile. Let's see. 3 pipe cleaners, 2 Q-tips, a tie, one woven split tracheostomy sponge. It's a gauze they cut. We don't do that. And a little towel to put everything on because it's all sterile. I'm going to keep it covered. Whatever. And then we have a disposable nebulizer. You can't see that very well. Because sometimes he needs medicine to help him breathe. Sometimes he needs just some saline to loosen up so he can cough crap out. It's a thing. And the little white thing, I don't use it. I get a double size one off of his blue tubing. And it just goes on here like that. This is a mist collar. See, like that, over his trach. And then we have these nifty little connectors. And because these seem to be really hard to get anywhere, I will do you a solid. Here's the reference number, also known as the part number, which is, of course, backwards. Or am I upside down? I don't know. Anyways, it's an AirLife 004204 adapted straight connector. And it has a little nipple where the oxygen tubing goes to. I cannot get the hospital he's at to use these. Bad form. Which means, I don't think I sent him with one this time. But I always make sure I keep them. Because we're not going to use them, they just throw them out. And then, a lot of times this happens, seems like whenever I clean everything up, it hits them harder. So maybe I should stop cleaning. Then we have, this is called a nebulizer with air encasement or something like that. It is a bottle that goes onto a special air compressor. We put distilled water only in this. And we change them out once a week, if not more often. Depends on, they don't cost that much. I've ordered these separately. They don't cost that much. This is part number 002002 Air Life. Oh, it's not that clear. But because the humidity, the air when he breathes in does not go through his mouth and his nose, it's dry. You know how you get how you feel when your throat gets dry? Yeah, this prevents that. Also keeps it a little thinner and looser so he can cough it up better. And then we've got split sponges. These are 4" by 4". The great thing about these, you can tell through the packaging because they're sterile. 6-ply split sponge. You can kind of see in there, maybe. Let me see. You can see the little dot right there. Oh, there's a line that goes up that separates. See, I get the white on it, right? You can probably see. But here's the manufacturer numbers and stuff. Why are they backwards? I don't know. But these go under the trach. And there's 2 per package, and I'm only supposed to use 1 at a time. You know how difficult it is just to get out 1 at a time? So these I buy 3 or 4 boxes of. About $10. I usually get them off Amazon. Yay, Prime. Because he's only allowed 1 package a day. Actually, not even that. I got lucky. There's 50 in here if you take them apart. But seriously, it's like 2-ply toilet paper. Who's going to just tear them apart? And besides, he's pretty bony. And because that mask and stuff, your bony prominences. That's the part that breaks through your skin. So we don't want to deal with that. And this is a bag with a Y connector that goes in between him and the bottle. Like you cut the blue tubing in half and you stick it on there. And it catches excess water. It needs to be emptied once in a while. But you know what? They don't even use it at the hospital. That could be part of the problem too. I don't know. Because they were going to send him home today. Which is why I made sure I had all this stuff in. And he's not here. He had a fever earlier today. Well, he's bedbound. He had stroke. He had an aneurysm rupture. That's about it. So now